Real Madrid is once again weaving its invisible threads across the European transfer market, quietly, strategically, and with the calm confidence that only the biggest club in the world can afford. Inside the marble corridors of the Santiago Bernabéu, where business, ambition, and legend blend into one, something is stirring. Behind closed doors, Florentino Perez and his trusted circle within the club's sporting direction are laying the foundations for a move that could shake the football landscape across the continent. The target is Nico Williams, the dazzling young winger of Athletic Club Bilbao, a player whose rise has been as thrilling as it has been relentless. At just 22 years old, Nico is already a cornerstone for both his club and the Spanish national team. His explosive pace, fearless dribbling, and infectious energy have made him one of the most electrifying talents in La Liga, and his evolution has caught the attention of every major sporting director in Europe. But when Real Madrid moves, it moves with intent, and when it wants a player, it usually gets him. A calculated plan, years in the making. According to internal club sources, Real Madrid is preparing an offer in the region of €70 million, a figure that reflects not only ambition but strategic precision. This isn't a panic move or a market reaction. It's part of a larger vision that has been taking shape since the club began to transition from the Galactico era into what could be called the next generation project. Perez and his team have spent the past few years reshaping the identity of Real Madrid, building a core of young, hungry, elite-level players capable of dominating both the present and the next decade. With Vinicius Jr., Jude Bellingham, Eduardo Camavinga, Aurelien Tchouaméni, and the soon-to-arrive Endrick, the club has created a foundation of youth and quality unrivaled in Europe. Nico Williams is seen as the missing piece, the spark on the wing, the man who could stretch defenses, terrorize fullbacks, and offer the same directness that once defined legends like Cristiano Ronaldo or Gareth Bale. Financial muscle and unmatched stability. While many European giants struggle under the weight of financial fair play restrictions, Real Madrid stands tall as a model of economic stability. Its financial reports reveal a picture of exceptional health, debt under control, record revenue streams, and a renewed commercial power thanks to the state-of-the-art Santiago Bernabéu, now a year-round entertainment and hospitality hub. This strong position gives the club something few others can claim: freedom. Freedom to spend, freedom to plan, and freedom to dream. The possible sale of Rodrygo goes to Manchester City in the upcoming winter window could further facilitate the deal. Reports suggest that City manager Pep Guardiola sees Rodrygo as an ideal fit for his fluid attacking system, and a transfer worth around €100 million has been discussed. Such a sale would not only bring in significant liquidity but would also open up a key attacking spot, the perfect opportunity to bring Nico Williams into the fold. For Madrid's accountants and sporting planners, it's a win-win situation. Offload one player, acquire another who fits the long-term project, and keep the wage structure balanced. It's footballing chess, Florentino Perez style, deliberate, patient, and almost always successful. The player, a blend of energy, flair, and intelligence. To those who have followed Nico's development closely, this move feels inevitable. Born in Pamplona to Ghanaian parents and raised through athletic clubs famed Lazama Academy, Nico embodies both the traditional Basque spirit of work ethic and the modern traits of a global star. His connection with his brother Inaki Williams, captain of Athletic and a hero at San Mames, has given his career a unique emotional layer. Yet while Inaki has been the symbol of loyalty, Nico's destiny may lie beyond Bilbao, on the grandest stage of them all. Technically, he's more than a speedster. Nico combines explosiveness with intelligence. He knows when to accelerate, when to hold the ball, and when to deliver the final pass. His understanding of space, combined with his quick feet and low center of gravity, allows him to thrive in one-on-one situations. At Real Madrid, surrounded by players who think and move at his pace, his potential could reach a new dimension. Within Valdebebas, Real Madrid's elite training complex, Nico's profile has been extensively analyzed. The club's data department has monitored his metrics for months: sprint patterns, decision-making under pressure, recovery runs, and chance creation. The conclusion has been unanimous. He's a Real Madrid-type player, one with hunger, character, and the ability to decide games. Florentino's silent masterpiece. Florentino Perez has built an empire on timing and vision. When he believes the moment is right, he strikes decisively. That philosophy birthed the Galacticos era 2 decades ago and has now evolved into something more sustainable but equally ambitious. The potential signing of Nico Williams would symbolize the next phase of that evolution, a move that blends youth, marketability, and performance. Perez understands that modern football is not just about winning titles. It's about building identity, attracting the next generation of fans, and maintaining global dominance both on and off the pitch. Those close to him describe Florentino's current approach as strategic patience. He no longer pursues stars simply for the sake of spectacle. He pursues players who fit the long-term ecosystem of the club. In that sense, Nico represents the perfect candidate. Young enough to grow, talented enough to deliver immediately, and marketable enough to become one of the faces of the post-Benzema era. Athletic Club's dilemma. Of course, there's another side to this story. Athletic Club is fiercely proud of its philosophy, a team built exclusively from players of Basque heritage. That tradition has made them unique in world football, and losing Nico would not just be a sporting blow, but an emotional one. The club is expected to fight hard to keep him, offering an improved contract and a leadership role in their long-term project. But Real Madrid's pull is like gravity. Few players have resisted it, especially when the call comes with a place in a team competing for Champions League glory every year. For Nico, the choice could define the next decade of his career. Stay and become a legend in Bilbao, or take the leap and join the club that defines footballing greatness. A future written in white. Inside Madrid's boardroom, the mood is one of quiet optimism. There's no rush, no leaks, no media frenzy, just calm preparation. This is how Perez likes it. Deals of this magnitude aren't done on impulse. They're built brick by brick, in silence. And yet, the signs are there. Madrid scouts continue to attend athletic matches discreetly. The players' entourage has maintained open communication channels. The groundwork is being laid, and as history shows, once Real Madrid decides, the rest is usually a matter of time. The operation, when it happens, will not only be about signing a player. It will be about renewing an idea, the idea that Real Madrid never stops evolving, never stops pursuing excellence, and never stops dreaming bigger. The club has money. It has vision. It has a plan. And at the heart of that plan, glowing brighter each week in the Basque Country, stands one name, Nico Williams, the next jewel who could wear the crown of white. At just 21 years old, Nico Williams has emerged as one of the most dazzling and unpredictable young wingers in European football. Raised in the prestigious Lezama Academy of Athletic Club Bilbao, the young Basque talent has rapidly evolved from a promising youth prospect into a fully fledged star capable of deciding matches at the highest level. His rise has been nothing short of meteoric. In the span of only 3 seasons, Nico has transformed his raw speed and dribbling ability into a mature, well-rounded game defined by decision-making, intelligence, and a growing sense of leadership. He has become a cornerstone of both Athletic Club and the Spanish national team, representing a new generation of players who combine flair with tactical precision and unrelenting work ethic. A player who changes games. What sets Nico apart is his fearless approach to football. Every time he receives the ball near the touchline, the stadium holds its breath. His acceleration, body control, and close ball manipulation make him a nightmare for defenders. One feint, one quick shift of direction, and suddenly he's gone, past his marker, carving open space that didn't seem to exist a second earlier. There are few players in Europe capable of generating such a sense of imminent danger when they get the ball. Nico's dribbling is not only entertaining, it's efficient. He doesn't dribble for show, he dribbles to break lines, to change rhythm, to create imbalance. That ability to inject chaos into structured defensive systems has turned him into one of the most valuable young assets in La Liga. But his game is not limited to flair and improvisation. Over the past year, he has refined his end product, improving his crossing accuracy, timing his runs better, and learning when to release the ball to maximize collective benefit. His assists and chance creation numbers have risen significantly, reflecting the maturity of a player who now understands not only how to beat opponents, but how to decide matches. From Bilbao to Spain's new era. At Athletic Club, Nico embodies the identity of the Basque team: intensity, pride, and hard work. His combination with his brother Inaki Williams has become one of the most iconic partnerships in Spanish football, a duo that perfectly blends chemistry, speed, and mutual understanding. The Williams brothers bring an unmistakable energy to Athletic's attacks, constantly stretching defenses and opening spaces for their teammates. Yet, Nico's growth has transcended his club. Under Luis de la Fuente, the Spanish national team has embraced a new era of energy and dynamism, and Nico has become a fundamental part of that transformation. His performances for La Roja at major tournaments have shown that he's not just a domestic phenomenon, He's an international-level talent ready to compete against the best in the world. He offers Spain something that had been missing since the golden generation: directness, courage, and unpredictability. Where others prefer control and possession, Nico brings verticality and chaos, two elements that have proven decisive in the modern game. The Ancelotti factor. Among the many admirers of Nico Williams, one stands out: Carlo Ancelotti. The Real Madrid coach has reportedly followed his development closely, impressed not only by his offensive qualities but also by his discipline without the ball. Ancelotti has always valued players who combine flair with tactical intelligence. According to sources close to Valdebebas, the Italian appreciates Nico's willingness to track back, press intelligently, and sacrifice for the team. That kind of commitment, rare among attacking wingers, makes him an ideal fit for Real Madrid's system, a team that demands both freedom and responsibility in equal measure. Equally important is his tactical versatility. Nico can play on either flank, switching sides seamlessly to exploit defensive weaknesses. On the left, he drives toward the byline to deliver dangerous crosses. On the right, he cuts inside with precision, combining quick touches and feints to create shooting angles or link up with midfielders. His adaptability could give Ancelotti a valuable tool for adjusting attacking schemes mid-match, something few young players can offer at this level. A dream frontline. Now imagine the scenario that many Madridistas are already daydreaming about. Vinicius Jr. on the left, Nico Williams on the right, and Jude Bellingham arriving from midfield like a thunderbolt. That trio would redefine Real Madrid's offensive identity, a perfect balance of creativity, energy, and pure explosiveness. Vinicius offers Samba flair and unpredictability. Nico adds structured aggression and width. Bellingham contributes intelligence, physicality, and finishing. Together, they could spearhead a new era of Madrid dominance, capable of both devastating counterattacks and intricate positional play. The human factor. Beyond the tactics and numbers, there's another crucial aspect: the personal connections. Nico already maintains a strong relationship with several Real Madrid players, including Dani Carvajal, Nacho Fernandez, and Joselu, all teammates in the Spanish national team. Those bonds matter. In elite football, where adaptation can make or break a transfer, a supportive environment can be decisive. People close to Valdebebas describe the operation as being handled with the utmost discretion. There are no official negotiations yet, but whispers of informal contacts between Nico's representatives and the club have already surfaced. The move is not imminent, but it is quietly progressing, part of a broader long-term strategy designed to prepare for the post-Bernabeu rebuild. Florentino Perez's vision. For Florentino Perez, Nico Williams represents much more than a potential signing. He represents a strategic investment, a way to rejuvenate the squad, reinforce the club's Spanish core, and align with a global branding strategy built on youth, charisma, and world-class potential. The club president is known for his ability to anticipate football's next generational shifts. Just as he once built Los Galacticos around established superstars, Florentino's modern vision revolves around building a dynasty of youthful excellence. Players like Vinicius, Rodrigo, Bellingham, and potentially Nico Williams, all entering their prime years together under the same crest. The idea is simple yet powerful. Create a team that can dominate not just for 1 or 2 seasons, but for a decade. Nico's inclusion would reinforce that timeline perfectly. His arrival would symbolize continuity, a bridge between Madrid's glorious past and its bold future. What Nico would bring to Madrid. If the transfer were to materialize, Nico Williams would bring more than just pace and dribbling. He would bring relentless intensity, a player who never stops running, pressing, and chasing lost causes. Elite mentality, shaped by years of competing in athletics' demanding environment. Commercial appeal, a young, charismatic Spanish international, marketable across continents. Adaptability, the ability to complement or replace either winger, offering tactical depth. Youthful leadership, a personality already respected in the national setup, confident yet humble. Real Madrid has always been a club of stars, but also of symbols. Nico Williams could become both, a beacon of the club's next great chapter. The bigger picture. In the broader landscape of European football, the pursuit of Nico Williams illustrates how top clubs are shifting their focus. The era of expensive short-term superstars is slowly giving way to one of strategic long-term investments in players who combine talent with potential, discipline with ambition. Nico fits that mold perfectly. He is young, but already experienced. Humble, yet confident. Basque by identity, but global by projection. He represents the evolution of the modern winger, technically gifted, defensively responsible, and emotionally grounded. Conclusion. For Athletic Club, losing him would be painful, a blow to their philosophy and an end to one of their most exciting homegrown stories. But for Real Madrid, signing Nico Williams would not simply be adding another name to a star-studded squad. It would be a declaration of intent, a signal to the world that the club's commitment to excellence remains as fierce as ever. Because ultimately, in Nico Williams, you don't just see a footballer, you see the future. A player born to entertain, to inspire, and perhaps, to write the next great chapter of Real Madrid's history. The new Santiago Bernabéu stands not merely as a stadium, but as a declaration of intent, a monument to the future, a beacon of innovation, and a reflection of Real Madrid's eternal pursuit of excellence. Rising proudly from the heart of Madrid, wrapped in steel and light, it is more than concrete and technology, it is a symbol of transformation. Florentino Perez's vision has always extended far beyond the pitch. Under his leadership, Real Madrid has sought to blend legacy with progress, glory with modernity. The renovation of the Bernabéu is not only about architectural magnificence, it is about building the stage for a new era, one that honors the past while embracing the possibilities of tomorrow. And within this grand vision, one name keeps echoing through the corridors of Valdebebas and the dreams of the Madridistas: Nico Williams. Nico Williams, the spirit of the new generation. Nico Williams represents everything that the modern game aspires to be: fearless, creative, fast, and authentic. Still so young, he has already conquered the hearts of fans across Spain and beyond with his dazzling runs, unpredictable dribbles, and an enthusiasm that turns every touch of the ball into a promise. At Athletic Club, he has grown under the weight of tradition, molded by the discipline and pride of a club that has always defended its identity with admirable conviction. Yet even in Bilbao, there is an understanding that certain talents are destined to transcend boundaries. Nico plays with the energy of someone who knows he's meant for the biggest stages, and there are few bigger than the Santiago Bernabéu. He is not just a footballer, he is a phenomenon in the making. Charismatic, spontaneous, and natural in front of the cameras, Nico connects with the younger generation in ways that few players can. His style is pure electricity, direct football, intense pressing, and an instinct for the spectacular. The kind of football that excites not just the fans in the stands, but also the millions who watch from their phones and tablets, scrolling through highlights, living the game one clip at a time. In a world where football has become both sport and global entertainment, Nico embodies the fusion of both. A strategic vision, performance, and global projection. For Real Madrid, Nico Williams represents far more than just sporting reinforcement. His arrival would fit seamlessly into a broader plan, one that combines success on the pitch with global resonance off it. The club has long understood that football today is a universe of influence. Players are no longer just athletes, they are ambassadors, storytellers, icons of culture. Nico's signing would strengthen the squad technically, but also amplify Real Madrid's voice in every corner of the globe. From Latin America to Asia, from Africa to North America, the Madridista community is vast, passionate, and ever-growing. And within that community, there is a hunger for new heroes, faces that represent modern football's creativity, freedom, and diversity. Nico, with his joy, his rhythm, and his authenticity, perfectly captures that spirit. His image aligns naturally with the club's strategy to remain not only the most successful team in football history, but also the most influential and beloved institution in the global sporting world. The Athletic Club factor. Tradition meets destiny. Of course, any story involving the transfer of a player from Athletic Club carries a particular weight. The Basque institution has built its identity on one of the most admirable principles in world football: loyalty to its roots. Their philosophy, to compete only with players of Basque origin, has made the club a living symbol of cultural pride and authenticity. For generations, Athletic has resisted the temptation of modern football's commercial currents, proving that conviction and identity can still triumph against the odds. But even in Bilbao, reality sometimes calls. When a player feels that his path leads to new challenges, and when the buying club has both the prestige and the means, history tends to follow a familiar pattern. Nico's release clause is within reach for a club of Real Madrid's scale. And in Bilbao's offices, there is quiet acknowledgement that the ultimate decision will depend largely on the player's desire. If Nico feels that the time has come, and that his destiny lies under the bright lights of the Bernabéu, the course of events will be difficult to alter. Because football, at its core, is a story of ambition, and ambition has always been at the heart of Real Madrid. A dream taking shape, the new Bernabeu, the new era. Among Madridistas, the excitement is already tangible. You can feel it in conversations, in fan forums, in the murmur of anticipation that grows louder with every rumor and every report. The dream is taking shape. Nico Williams wearing the white shirt, running down the right wing of the new Santiago Bernabeu, exchanging passes with Vinicius Jr. on the opposite flank, feeding Bellingham in the center. It's not just an idea, it's a vision. A vision of youth, speed, power and joy. Real Madrid, the club that defined generations with the artistry of Di Stefano, the leadership of Raúl, the precision of Cristiano Ronaldo, and the genius of Modric, is ready to write its next chapter. And that chapter will belong to players like Vinicius, Bellingham, Rodrigo, and perhaps Nico Williams. Together, they would form a front line capable of inspiring fear in any defense in Europe, not only for their talent, but for their energy, their relentless will to attack, their joy in playing the game the way it was meant to be played. Florentino Perez's grand design. Under Florentino Perez, Real Madrid has redefined what it means to be a football club. From the Galactico era to the modern emphasis on young, developing superstars, his presidency has balanced ambition with sustainability. The new Bernabeu, a technological masterpiece with a retractable roof, a 360-degree video board, and a design ready for both football and global events, stands as the ultimate testament to that philosophy. It is not just a venue for matches. It is a cathedral of sport, a global hub of culture and emotion, an icon of modern engineering and business. Concerts, esports tournaments, corporate events, and entertainment spectacles will coexist with football at the highest level. In this new ecosystem, Real Madrid is not only a team, it is an empire of sport and passion. And within that empire, players like Nico Williams represent the human face of progress. Youthful, exciting, dynamic, and universally appealing. His signing would symbolize a perfect connection between the club's architectural revolution and its sporting evolution. The global pulse, a club without borders. To understand what this means, one only needs to look at the global reach of Real Madrid. Few institutions command such universal devotion. In every continent, in every city, there are fans wearing white, chanting, HALA Madrid, in dozens of languages. From Tokyo to Los Angeles, from Lagos to Buenos Aires, the club is not just followed, it is lived. Children grow up watching their heroes in white, imitating their moves in parks, playgrounds, and dusty fields. For them, Real Madrid is more than a club. It's an identity, a dream, a way to belong to something bigger. And when a new generation of fans sees a player like Nico Williams, young, joyful, confident, and uniquely expressive, they see themselves reflected. His arrival would not only strengthen Real Madrid's brand, but also deepen its emotional bond with the global fan base. He represents the new wave of football, fast, expressive, multicultural, and global. When Real Madrid decides. History has proven one thing over and over again. When Real Madrid truly wants something, destiny tends to follow. From the signing of Alfredo Di Stefano in the 1950s, which shaped the future of world football, to the arrival of Cristiano Ronaldo, who redefined an era, the story remains the same. Real Madrid dreams big, and makes those dreams real. When the club's leadership identifies a player who embodies both sporting excellence and cultural significance, the outcome is rarely in doubt. Negotiations may take time, obstacles may arise, but eventually, the call of destiny prevails. Nico Williams could very well be the next in that long, illustrious line, the next name to inscribe itself in the annals of football history, wearing white under the glow of the Bernabeu lights. A promise beyond football. But this potential signing is more than a transfer story. It's a promise, the promise of renewal, of continued greatness, of evolution without losing identity. The new Bernabeu is not just a stadium, it is a declaration that Real Madrid is ready for the next century of football. And Nico Williams, with his fearless energy and his hunger to grow, fits perfectly into that narrative. It's about passing the torch. From one generation to the next, from the legends of the past to the stars of the future. The same passion, the same demand for excellence, the same unbreakable belief that anything is possible when you wear the white shirt. A destiny written in white. The offer is ready. The vision is clear. The illusion is alive. And if history has taught us anything, it is this. When Real Madrid desires something, truly, deeply, collectively, Destiny rarely says no. The new Bernabeu is shining brighter than ever, waiting for the heroes who will define its new age. Perhaps soon, the roar of its crowd will echo a new name, one that carries both the rhythm of youth and the weight of destiny. Nico, Nico, Nico. Because this is Real Madrid, where dreams become history, where talent becomes legend, where every generation rediscovers what it means to believe. HALA Madrid, and nothing more.